Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and marketing expert covering woke company getting exposed for obviously illegal hiring practices. Let's get into the story. Before we do, please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate you guys. From Zero Hedge, IBM slapped with federal civil rights complaint after racist CEO's obviously illegal hiring practices leak. And this is a federal civil rights complaint. It's not a lawsuit. However, it is important to know that all of these complaints filed by America First Legal are getting substantial press coverage. Even in Bloomberg Law, IBM diversity efforts targeted by Stephen Miller's legal group. Also from Bloomberg Law, corporate diversity complaints place EEOC in thorny spot because the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission is required to look into these things, and they're not quite sure what to do because, of course, since it's a federal government organization, they want to push diversity, equity, and inclusion, but it's clearly illegal, and now they're getting serious complaints. From the Los Angeles Times, how a Trump advisor, which is Stephen Miller, is making corporate America rethink diversity hiring. They are forced to change some of their policies, and they already have had an impact. It really is a great success for Stephen Miller and for the United States. There are additional leaks that came out from O'Keefe Media Group talking about how bad things really are over at IBM. We will get into these leaks, but they include allyship commandments and details on how they say how whiteness works, which if it sounds racist and it sounds discriminatory and inappropriate, it most certainly is. From Zero Hedge, IBM has been hit with a federal civil rights complaint after James O'Keefe posted video leaked by an insider of CEO and chairman Arvind Krishna outlining racist business practices. Quote, on December 11th, 2023, a tape of IBM Chief Executive Officer and Board Chairman Arvind Krishna was released on Twitter. In the video, Krishna promises to fire, demote, or deny bonuses to corporate executives who either fail to meet the corporation's racial and national origin hiring quotas or who hire too many Asian individuals, reads a letter from America First Legal Foundation. The letter references the below video of Krishna admitting to using coercion to fire people and reduce their bonuses if they don't discriminate in the hiring process. Quote, you've got to move both forward by a percentage that leads to a plus on your bonus, Krishna said, referring to hiring Hispanics. And by the way, if you lose part of your bonus. He also said that Asians are not an underrepresented minority in tech in America. I'm not going to finesse this. For blacks, we should try to get towards 13%. Meanwhile, IBM subsidiary chairman Paul Cormier of Red Hat says in the recording that they've terminated people unwilling to engage in racial discrimination. As an aside, this comes as Krishna was re-elected as a Class B director of the New York Fed. That's the New York branch of the Federal Reserve. Twitter owner Elon Musk said that the release was extremely concerning and obviously illegal, to which O'Keefe replied, quote, Elon, this was an insider at IBM who came to me with the CEO recording inspired by what you said, telling both IBM and Disney to F off. So we're already seeing benefits when Elon Musk tells everyone to F off. He should do that more often. Quote, Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits IBM from discriminating against an employee or an applicant for employment because of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, to limit, segregate, or classify employees or applicants in any way which would deprive or tend to deprive any individual of employment opportunities or otherwise adversely affect his status as an employee because of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, or to discriminate against any individual because of his race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, reads the letter from America First Legal. O'Keefe encourages people fired from IBM or Red Hat in connection with this issue to contact him, and you can find his contact information on Twitter. We'll read the full letter from America First Legal. Before we do, let's take a look at a couple of the other leaks that James O'Keefe has gotten since this first leak. An insider at IBM's Red Hat leaks shocking allyship commandments document which reads like a religious text. It contains 10 race-based rules employees must observe. Allyship commandments. Your allyship commitment accepts these fundamental truths. Your allyship. 1. openly acknowledge privilege and systemic racism exist and result in trauma. 2. Never questions the reality of our black friends and colleagues. 3. Rejects the idea that race is political. 4. Accepts that white people are responsible for dismantling racism. 5. Understands only white people are racist. 6. Knows the black community owes us nothing in this work. 7. Requires acknowledgement and repair of inevitable mistakes. 8. Is never rooted in white saviorism. 9. Sees the black community as a group of individuals and not a monolith. 10. Does not seek recognition or praise for a job well done. A quick discussion of these allyship commandments. This is not unique to IBM Red Hat. Obviously, this is something that goes around to all of these woke companies, and they go by the same agenda. It's all horrendously racist. It's all complete nonsense. And it is a crime to try to force this on people at their jobs. At their jobs, they're not responsible for trying to make racist social change. They're responsible to just do their jobs and respect the other employees. That's it. Not to try to push this ridiculous communist racist agenda. Also from James O'Keefe, breaking new internal slides within IBM's Red Hat explaining how whiteness works. Okay, let's see how whiteness actually works. It's an allyship kickoff. According to the allyship kickoff, which does look pretty racist to me, it asks, how does whiteness work? And it's a combination of blindness, power, and divide and conquer. Under blindness, white people don't know what we don't know. So what we do get carefully taught is what's passed down. Lies and omissions of the truth get equal billing in what we are taught. Power. White is the default. Everything else exists in proximity to it. Whiteness constructs the game, hides the rules, then rigs the game over and over again. Divide and conquer. Spaces are determined by race. Those spaces focus inward. Non-white spaces are easily othered and then judged accordingly. Also from Red Hat's allyship kickoff, what does do the work mean? We have to start with the real problem. The real problem is them trying to push this agenda and getting away with it. It is unbelievable that a public company, a serious company, would be pushing this nonsense on their employees. This, when you look at this and say, well, this kind of has to be illegal, right? Like, yes, it is illegal. But even murder, everything that's illegal, people get away with it until they're called out on it. So it's great to see at least America First Legal taking steps, and something, of course, has to be done about this. Under what does do the work mean? What's been under the microscope? Black behaviors, black culture, black history, black oppression, black celebrity, black art, and black stories. What's the real problem? White judgment, white theft, white history, white supremacy, white allowance, white elitism, white censorship. This is some of the worst material that I've seen, but I know there's a lot of this out there, and it's, of course, not just at this one company. Very, very depraved people pushing this racist garbage. And it's not just in businesses, it's in government, and it's in the schools being taught to children. Something has to change. Here's the letter sent to the New York District Office of the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission from America First Legal. We've covered most of this letter already, but this is how they sum it up. A commissioner's charge is particularly appropriate here because there is ample reason to believe that IBM has knowingly and intentionally violated federal law and intends to continue doing so. Krishna, Cormier, and others in management have embedded immoral and unlawful employment practices into the corporation's culture. For example, IBM's 2022 ESG report acknowledges that, quote, a modifier for diversity results is included in the annual incentive program for our executives globally and is based on improvement in executive representation for women globally and U.S. underrepresented minority groups, specifically Black and Hispanic, for our executives in the U.S. Discrimination based on immutable characteristics such as race, color, national origin, or sex generates a feeling of inferiority as to their status in the community that may affect their hearts and minds in a way unlikely to ever be undone. More broadly, IBM's employment practices foment contention and resentment. They are odious and destructive. It truly is a sordid business, this divvying us up by race or sex. Thank you in advance for your consideration. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. From Gene Hamilton, America First Legal Foundation. America First Legal Foundation has been doing a lot of good work. I've covered a number of their stories. They are impactful, they are getting media coverage, and they are causing changes in business. It just goes to show, the more you do, whoever you are, whatever you can do, maybe share this video, maybe send $1 to the America First Legal Foundation, whatever it is you can do, even just being informed about it, talking about it with other people can help make change. We've got to stop the diversity, equity, and inclusion discrimination anywhere we can and as quick as we can. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Always love to see your ideas. Please be sure you are subscribed to the channel. Click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.